Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is really bad. It's clear that the studio didn't want to put any significant resources behind this project, so it has a skimpy budget and a cast and crew that only that budget could afford. It has straight-to-DVD or Sci-Fi Channel original film written all over it. Overall, it looks cheap. Its budget was $25 million, while the first Mila Jovovich Resident Evil film had a budget of $32 million in unadjusted 2002 dollars. The acting is bad and it's not scary or exciting. I never played the Resident Evil video games and I haven't seen any other Resident Evil movies, so I don't know how faithful of an adaptation it is. I do, however, have a passive knowledge of what Resident Evil is about, and I know it is a massive franchise that started back when I was in elementary school. It's a shame that a movie like this failed because I think it has such a cool premise even though it's not entirely original. The basic storyline for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is a shady organization known as the Umbrella Corporation is conducting military research on humans with genetically modified viruses in Raccoon City. There is a massive leak of the virus which is turning citizens of the city into zombies. Our main character is played by Kaya Soedlario. I just know her as the actress from Maze Runner, and she is a former resident of the Raccoon City Orphanage, where she witnessed some of the strange experiments conducted by the Umbrella Corporation firsthand. Now she and several police officers have to get out of Raccoon City before the Umbrella Corporation destroys it to hide the evidence of their experiments. People wonder why so many video game movies fail, and the answer is simple. They consistently get directors and writers who do not have a history of making good films or television. Very often, the writers and directors have no substantial credits to their names, and many of them don't play the video games. I'm not saying the writers and director for this movie are necessarily bad filmmakers and everything they do will be mediocre. I understand that they were working within a limited budget and probably had other significant restraints placed upon them by the studio. I can see why making a video game movie with a shoestring budget makes sense to studios. If they can keep the budget small enough, they probably think they can tap the massive video game fan base to see the movie and turn a small profit. But unfortunately, there are few to no redeeming qualities of this movie, and video game movies are going to continue to be awful as long as studios keep doing this. There's an old trope that characters in horror movies make very dumb decisions. You ain't seen nothing yet until you see the dumb decisions made by characters in this movie. Let me give you some brief examples. The police officers don't seem to realize that when zombies are walking towards them, they are capable of backing up and shooting their guns at the same time. On one occasion, a police officer is standing in a large stairway with a group of zombies running down the stairs towards him. He proceeds to stand completely still and shoot the zombies coming towards him until he runs out of ammo, at which point he acts surprised that his gun doesn't have unlimited bullets, and he just stands there while a horde of zombies pin him to a wall and proceed to eat him. The whole time he has an empty flight of stairs directly behind him that he could have used to escape. I'm watching this and I'm thinking, just walk down the stairs, man! Another example is a police officer has been fighting a bunch of zombies in a pitch black room and he eventually runs out of ammo and is knocked over on his back. He tries to provide some light to the room by flipping on his lighter. When his lighter comes on, he sees a zombie crawling on the floor toward him and growling. The light flickers out, and for some reason the zombie's growling stops as well, as if sound can't travel in the dark. And instead of getting up and running, he decides to stay put and turn on his lighter again. Not surprisingly, the zombie is closer than it was last time. The lighter flickers out again, and again he decides to turn on the lighter to find that this zombie has by some miracle moved within biting distance. The whole movie is chock full of stupid stuff like this. No, I would not recommend this movie. The only redeeming quality is that the villain is played by Whip Bass from Angels in the Outfield, and he has been in two other video game movies, which are Street Fighter, The Legend of Chun-Li, and the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So I just kind of hope he becomes a meme and always plays some minor character in every future video game film adaptation. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this movie. If you disagree with me, let me know why in the comments, and I will see you next time.